Hello everyone, this is Yungang Wu with Labii. Today I will give you a demo of Labii ELN for production. So Labii ELN for production is a purpose-built to support standardized and repetitive experiments by enabling users to pre-design different kind of sections. So once you log into the Labii, and then you can open the experiment as you see from here. And then this experiment is specifically designed for the ELN for production. To add a new experiment is a pretty simple. Just simply click add a experiment button, and then it will give you a different kind of drop down options. You can add a blank experiment from here. You can add the experiment in bulk. You can also add an experiment from template. So if you want to add a blank experiment, simply click this button, and then you can just choose in which project it belongs to, and fill in the name and the description of the experiment. You can also just customize or just provide some other informations like associated to data ranges. And then so since over here I already have the experiment created, and I will skip this step. So I'm going to using this demo experiment as an example. As you can see from here, once you create it, it will actually auto create these kind of default sections for you, and then it will also come with the experiment workflow. So to run the experiment, you can simply click the execute workflow directly from here. And then, so basically, once you click that button, and then all different kind of steps will be shown on the set menu. And then you can just simply follow different kind of steps to finish the experiment process. Like for example, the first step will be provide the experiment overview. Just fill in the information over here, and then once you've completed, you can click the complete button. And you can also click the next button to go to the next step. And then so I would just simply click the next button. And then the next button will be enable you to add different kind of samples to the systems. And as you can see from here, the Labii ELN is fully integrated with some other systems like the sample management, the inventory, on and on. So over here, it's being integrated with the sample management system. And then to add a new sample is very simple. You can either click the add consumption directly from here. You can add one or add multiple at the same time, or you can also import hundreds of different kind of samples from an Excel file directly from here. And then besides of this function, Labii also support you to scan the QR code or barcode of the sample to add the sample to the system directly. You can use the traditional scanners that you purchased. You can also use the camera from the back camera or the front camera from your laptop or from your cell phone. So there's many different kind of ways for you to add samples to the system very easily from different kind of platform. And then once you add a sample, you can also define how much you're using directly from here. And then so it's very convenient. Of course, you can always check in the sample information directly by click the samples. So I can open this sample, and then once I open the sample, you can see all the details about this sample, including the QR code, which account it belongs to, what's the storage locations. I can find these samples very easily from here just by simply open these kind of storage locations, and then it will actually shows me, okay, this sample is actually stored in this particular location. And then it also gives you the layout of the whole 96 word box. So this coming back. And of course, once you open the sample, it will also shows you the quantity information, adequacy information, and then inside you can check in the sample relationship directly from here. And then in this example, the sample one is being used to shred the DNA, and then the DNA is being first used to preparing sequencing library. And then you can also check in the consumption history, say like which experiment is using this sample, how much is being used, when it's being used. All the information will be listed over here directly. You can also manage all the aliquots or files for the sample directly from here, and then it documented like for each file which location is being stored, has it been checked out or not. So to check it out is just one click away, so it's very convenient over here. So this is everything like about the sample information shows up over here. Really moving forward to adding different kind of materials you're using. So these materials can be included all the reagent, all the solutions you prepared, or any different kind of materials you're using. And then to add that is also very simple. You can just simply click add checkout, and then add a blank checkout or add any checkout directly from here. You can also use using the scan function to scan different kind of reagent, barcode, or QR code. So the usage is exactly identical from here. And then going to the next step, and it's a step for you to add a different kind of equipment you are using. And then similarly, you can add the equipment usage directly from here, or you can scan the QR code or barcode of the equipment, and then to enable you to add the equipment to the system directly. And then of course, once you add the equipment to the system, you can set up the appointment. You can also doing the additional checks for the machines you are using. Similarly, you can also open the machine to see more details about this machine, including the general information, vendor information, and then you can also check in the scheduling directly from here. As you can see, like it gives you a list, this kind of calendar view, and then it enable you to actually schedule sometime directly from here. So it's very convenient for you to manage the scheduling with the team members. You can also check in the maintenance record, shows up over here. And then if you have additional files that need to be uploaded with this kind of machines, that also can be done directly by this section. As you can see, all the equipment information is being linked directly into the ELN. And then once you've done this part, you can moving on to the next part. It means like basically to conduct the experiments. You basically need to follow different kind of steps as shown over here. And then whenever you finish one step, you can actually simply click this one complete button to mark this step as completed. And then the system also comes with a timer, so it can automatically count down for you. So once you're done, just simply click complete, and then it will mark as a complete on and on. And over here, you can also document something like when you're doing an experiment, something does not go well, you can document all different kind of comments right inside. You can design this kind of steps by yourself, but usually when you're doing the ELN for the production, different kind of steps will be loaded directly for you. So once you finish all the steps, you can moving forward to upload different kind of experiments. As you can see from here, Labii support to upload the experiment in the format of the text file and the Excel data, as well as a different kind of type of files you can upload it to the system, including a Word document, CSV, Excel, and the PDF, on and on, the pictures of course. And then you can drop files over here. The files will be uploaded to the system directly. And then Labii support all different kind of files types, and you don't need to worry about any file type cannot be uploaded to the system. And once you've done this step, and then the next step is be ready for you to sound. So in this cases, it's actually being sounded in order. So the first people need to sound. Once the first people is sound, it will be coming to the second people to sound the systems. And then I do have one of the example shows up over here, that the first people is being sound, and then it's waiting for me to sound. I actually have two options, as you can see from here. I can either continue to sound it, or I can click the reject button to reject if I see something does not sound right. So once it's been sound, as you can see from here, it's become read-only, no data can be further changed. And then if I click the reject, it will revert it back to the edit mode, so people can continue to change it. So let's looking at from the side menu, like this experiment beside of the whole workflow. It also shows you some basic information about this experiment. And then under the first drop down, it actually gives you different kind of options, like basically different kind of views. So you can also click the table of the content view. So basically every single section will become one of the kind of table of content. You can click any section to view any data directly from here. So very convenient on this kind of view. So you can view the sections, you can view the protocols, you can view the procedures right over here. And then you can also see the sequence view. The sequence view is actually putting in different kind of sections into a workflow, as you see from here. So like each of the section will become one for the workflow. And then we also have the experiment workflow view. That's the exactly workflow view as you see from here. I already showed the list view. And then the other view is a procedure view. So for the procedure view is like match to the kind of different kind of steps I'm doing. So this can be very useful if you're working in a lab, and then it will follow different kind of steps you're doing. And then in the major content, in the major body, only shows different kind of steps that you're currently working on, and then you can navigate it to different kind of steps directly from here. And then of course, and then beside of this common view, you can also view different kind of column data directly from here. So all the column data will be available under the column view. You can also view all the sections directly from here. So once you click this view, every single section will be loaded directly in one single page, and allow you to view all the data at one page. And then, of course, Labii meet all the regulation requirement, which means you can check in all the changing histories directly inside the Labii. So if you click the versions, you will see all different kind of the history, like whatever different kind of people like created different kind of sections. And then for every single changes, a new version will be created. You can preview different kind of versions directly by click any of the link. You can also restore back to an old version from here. And then beside, you can check in the activities by click the activities tab. And then as you see from here, every single activity is being documented directly from here, including like what section data is being changed. Of course, if you want to see more detail, you can open any of these links shows up over here. It will shows you what's the before value, what's the after value, and then who changed the data, when the data is being changed, all the information is being included over here. And then Labii also offer you options to view like who's the visitors, who's looking at this data at this time. So that's also available from here. Beside of different kind of the fields, and then you can also check in the second button called actions underneath, and then this enable you to print out this document as a PDF, or you want to print it out to connect to any printers. That's also possible. You can also share the whole experiment with someone else, even they do not have a Labii credential. You can duplicate the experiment directly from here. If you want to archive it, you can also click the archive button directly from here. That's basically a quick demo of what the ELN for the production looks like. But of course, just keep in mind the whole system is very flexible, and then you can customize every single sections as you see from here, and then you can add a new section or you can remove the sections. You can customize every single workflow as shown from here. Yeah, just feel free to reach out if you have any other questions.